Football is finally back, and so is the hard-hitting gridiron action on PrizePicks. With millions of members and billions of dollars awarded in winnings, PrizePicks is the best place to put your takes to the test. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code SPOTIFY and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code SPOTIFY on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in lineups just for playing, guaranteed. PrizePicks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
No time, no problem. Bobbi Brown's Longwear Cream Shadow Stick works as fast as you do. So, no surprise, it's the #1 eyeshadow stick in the U.S. Whether you're heading to the office, school drop-off, or for days that blend into nights, one swipe, and your shadow is set for 24 hours. Because doing your makeup shouldn't take an hour, and let's be real, who has that kind of time? Now available in new shades. Discover them all at Sephora.
Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you want, Tire Rack makes it easy. Fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and the best selection of General tires. Go to TireRack.com to see their General Tire test results, tire ratings, and reviews, and be sure to check out all the special offers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. From streaming to shopping, Prime helps you get more out of your passions. So whether you're a fan of true crime or prefer a nail-biting novel from time to time, with services like Prime Video, Amazon Music, and fast free delivery, Prime makes it easy to get more out of whatever you're into or getting into. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to learn more.
Some people think nature is like this, but actually, it's like this. That's why Columbia engineers everything we make for anything nature can throw at you. Columbia, engineered for whatever.
While the final week of Eagles training camp is well underway, some injury concerns are starting to mount. Welcome to Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is, covering news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network. I'm your host, Phil Stiver. You can also find me hosting Trending in the AM Monday through Friday on the STT Sports Network. I got today's episode linked below. Make sure you click it and join the conversation. Bring all your thoughts and opinions from this and anything else going on in Philadelphia sports or anywhere that you'd like to discuss. Please, I appreciate it, guys. Everybody, it is the second to last training camp practice on Tuesday, and the injury list for the Eagles is starting to grow and starting to worry. First and foremost, A.J. Brown, Landon Dickerson still not practicing. Devontae Smith didn't practice. They listed his groin, but I think that's just a maintenance thing, a rest thing. Jordan Mailata didn't practice on Tuesday, listed as a concussion. That is a concern. Tanner McKee didn't practice. He got hurt in Monday's practice. And then more injuries piled up in practice on Tuesday. Andrew Makuba had to be carted off the field. Seems like a hamstring issue. Johnny Wilson had to be carted to the locker room. Leg or ankle issue. The injuries are starting to mount. Let's talk about the injuries. A.J. Brown, we talked about yesterday. When will he come back? When will we start to become worried? Again, he looked to be jogging on the sideline, throwing passes. Not looking like a guy that we were overly worried. We should be overly worried about injury-wise. Same thing with Devontae Smith. We're going to touch back on that. We're going to come back to that in a second. The first one that concerns me is Tanner McKee not practicing. Kyle McCord took all your second-team quarterback reps. So basically, peace out, DTR. Dorian Thompson-Robinson ain't going to be making this roster. It will be Kyle McCord if they carry three quarterbacks. But what if? They're saying that Tanner McKee's hand injury is not going to require surgery, but it's bad enough and banged up. What do the Eagles do if Tanner McKee can't dress and cannot play for a few weeks of the regular season? Are they really going to go with Kyle McCord as their backup? That would be really shocking to me. It leads me to believe that if this is a serious enough to even miss just a couple weeks, that the Eagles will try to get Kyle McCord on the practice squad and bring in a veteran quarterback to be the backup, eventually third stringer when Tanner McKee's healthy. That is a major concern. John Mechie got his first practice since being traded to the Eagles the other day. He was in there with the ones and the twos, running routes for Kyle McCord, running routes for Jalen Hurts, making plays. He was even in there on punt return punt returns. So they're definitely making a push. But then Johnny Wilson goes down, carted off to the locker room, leg, ankle. We'll learn more in the coming days about Johnny Wilson. But A.J. Brown not playing. Devontae Smith having days off. Now you're looking at a wide receiver room of A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, if they're good to go. Jahan Dotson, John Mechie, Anaya Smith, Darius Cooper. Darius Cooper not being a part of the developmental portion of practice on Tuesday tells me he's making the roster, but you can never have too many wide receivers. And John Mechie's the type of receiver with a reputation and a rapport already with Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts. He'll get integrated pretty quickly into this offense. I'm concerned. I mean, we have now seen how many practices with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and so many of the offensive linemen. Landon Dickerson's been out a while. Jordan Mailata missing time. Lane Johnson missing time for rest. Landon Dickerson hasn't practiced in how long? How much cohesion is this offense going to have early in the season? Are we worried about chemistry on this offense week 1, 2? I've predicted a few times that there might be a slow start on defense, also because of chemistry and other things. We'll talk about that in a second. But there is a serious chance that everybody's healthy for week 1, but they look a little slow and a little out of sorts due to all the injuries and all the missed practices. Training camp practices are to develop a rapport with your teammates, to work on things, to get in a rhythm. Yeah, you don't count the stats. You don't worry about the stats. Jalen Hurts, 18-24, 2 touchdowns, interception on Tuesday. But you don't worry about them, but you still want that chemistry built, and they're having trouble doing it. Drew Makuba, on the other hand, being injured, a hamstring injury. First and foremost, I mean, he was injured coming out of the draft. He was injured early in camp. Now he's injured again. He finally starts to grab that starting safety position, and time will tell whether it was a serious hamstring injury or not. But this, if he's even going to miss a week more of practice, now you're talking about him not being the starting at safety. That means we're going back to Sidney Brown. That means we're going to Tristan McCullum. It means Cooper DeJean at times at safety. That leaves a weak safety room with an even bigger hole. Adoree Jackson was up with the ones again. Keely Ringo was only with the threes, and Eli Ricks at the cornerback battle. Jacorian Bennett, Mac McWilliams were your main number 2 cornerbacks, but did get some work with the ones. Cooper DeJean worked outside with the ones in the base formation, then back to the slot. Cooper DeJean, you love that. He's bouncing all over again. But again, you got to eventually pick who that starting cornerback is going to be, because again, chemistry. We're already going to have a chemistry issue at safety. We're going to have a chemistry issue in the secondary overall, not knowing who's going to be that cornerback. It does look like Adoree Jackson might be that guy to start the season until Jacorian Bennett and Mac McWilliams steal that job from him. But it is chemistry is so important to game. And I have full faith that even if they have a slow start, this Eagles team, I'm not worried about it. But I know fans will overreact if they struggle, lose a couple games early while they continue to build this. Nolan Smith had a really good practice. He was the guy that intercepted Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hunt was in on the pressure on that. Jalen Hunt dominated Matt Pryor, who was filling in for Jordan Mailata at left tackle all day long, having multiple sacks and pressures against Matt Pryor. Again, still concerned about the offensive line depth. I mean, we keep saying Howie Roseman's not done. Howie Roseman's going to have to make 2 or 3 additions to this team over the next week or so on the offensive line, maybe backup quarterback, maybe safety, maybe cornerback. There is still work to finish this roster. Denzel Ward from Cleveland, maybe there's something there. Very expensive. Not sure that they would do that. But that's it. NFL news real quick. Joe Flacco was named the starting cornerback of the Cleveland Browns this year. Shout out to the Delaware University native. The dude's like 65 years old and still winning quarterback jobs. You love to see it. And the Colts, yes, decided to start Daniel Jones. And Shane Steichen, our old friend, said it's not just a short leash. Daniel Jones is the starting quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, not Anthony Richardson. I mean, both quarterbacks suck, but it is 2025, and Daniel Jones is still getting starting opportunities. It's kind of insanity to me. But anyway, guys, this is the Eagles Checkdown right here on the Eagles Pinpoint Podcast Network. We're back tomorrow with more updates, hopefully, on these injuries and what they mean going forward, guys. Go Birds. And bubbles up.
Nearly home. Isn't home where we all want to be? Reba here for Realtor.com, the pros' #1 most trusted app. A dream home isn't a dream home if it comes with a nightmare commute. That's why Realtor.com has Real Commute, so you can search by drive time. Download the Realtor.com app today, because you're nearly home. Make it real with Realtor.com.
Pro's #1 most trusted app based on August 2024 proprietary survey.
Now at Chipotle, our all-new Chipotle Honey Chicken brings Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet. Seared smoked peppers and savory Mexican spices, blended with a hint of pure honey for a perfectly balanced sauce. All combined with fresh, tender chicken hot off the grill, served up in your favorite burrito or bowl. New Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level. But it's only at Chipotle for a limited time. Order now in the app for pickup or delivery. Chipotle, for real.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Buying a car shouldn't eat up your week. That's why Carvana made it convenient. Car buying that fits around your life, not the other way around. You can get pre-qualified for an auto loan in just a couple of minutes and browse thousands of quality car options, all within your terms, all online, all on your schedule. Turn car buying into a few clicks and not a full week's endeavor. Finance and buy your car at your convenience on Carvana. Financing subject to credit approval. Additional terms and conditions may apply.
Hellmann's believes they can turn any mayo hater into a lover. So, if you know someone who thinks mayo equals bland, show their taste buds the truth and challenge them to try Hellmann's flavored mayo. With irresistible flavors like Hellmann's spicy mayo, garlic aioli, chipotle, and Italian herb, they'll be eating their words. Challenge haters to try Hellmann's flavored mayo and get them to eat their words. Learn more at hellmanns.com/eatyourwords.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.